2, 1.
Good morning.
Good Monday morning, Monday fun day.
Ooh, I'm looking out the door right there.
I see it.
Go to the back parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's raining.
Pretty
good observation.
I've been in, yeah.
Thank you.
Real good, David. No, I've been in the building. No, actually, I've been in the building since 3 in the morning, and so it hasn't been like a downpour, but I keep forgetting it's raining outside.
It's puddling out there. I can see it from here.
Gosh, I am so envious of our listeners or people watching at home from the comfort of their couch or bed who are off this week from school or work.
What are students doing today? Are they awake?
Oh, it's 11.
Have you ever had? You haven't had teenagers yet. Wait,
no,
just wait.
But I was a teenager, and I was one of those annoying teenagers that got up at 6 a.m. for fun.
Mom walking in and going, all right, we got to go to the store. We got to do this. And they're like, no, not today, Mom.
We're getting ready for Thanksgiving, though.
No, not those teenagers. So, all right, a little fun coming up in the next 10, 15 minutes. Thanks for joining us this morning on all our streaming. We stream everywhere.
We stream everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on KSAT.com.
Yeah. So,
we're also we're our podcast.
And obviously, you noticed that RJ's not here. We'll talk about his rough weekend in just a second.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's probably not going to come back too happy tomorrow.
Okay.
Tell you what happened.
That's a tease.
So while he's not here today, and then Alicia's off today, so it's you and me.
Fun squad.
Come down to you and me.
I know,
again.
like we're leftovers or something.
No, we are prime cut.
We are Thanksgiving leftovers, and those are the best leftovers,
It's
okay?
Prime cut.
All right, we have some top stories to get to. And unfortunately, a very unfortunate story here. Authorities are investigating a deadly mass shooting in Colorado Springs that happened yesterday or Saturday night as a hate crime.
Police now telling us that 5 people were killed, 25 others injured after a 22-year-old gunman opened fire with an AR-15 style rifle at Club Q. It's an LGBTQ nightclub.
Get this, heroic patrons prevented dozens of more people from being shot after one person grabbed the suspect's gun and hit him with it.
This morning we are hearing from some of those survivors.
It was always good energy. It was never bad energy. And it just sucks that we'll never be able to have that ever again.
So the latest shooting comes 6 years after 49 people were killed at the Pulse LGBTQ nightclub in Florida. So that suspect has been injured and is in custody at this time, and like we said earlier, is being investigated as a hate crime.
Cannot wait to hear from the people who grabbed his gun and hit him with it, what was going through their mind at the time, because they obviously saved lives.
I mean, heroes. Really,
exactly.
And when these shootings happen in these nightclubs, think about the chaos, because it's dark in there. People have, there's music going, it's loud. People are drinking, the confusion. So for those people to be brave like that and just save.
Can't imagine. And that may be a template for other people, and maybe that will have some sort of effect on somebody thinking twice before they do it. Maybe there'll be one person that goes, I'm not going to go in there because I'm just going to get beat up and attacked and maybe shot and killed myself. So maybe that, but that's one of the ones. I mean, the survivors obviously you want to hear from, but I also want to hear from the people that actually stopped that guy in his tracks.
Those heroes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, another story that's obviously has some serious connotation to it. Feigned monkey screeches. That's the sound that a female basketball player from East Central High School says she heard coming from Marble Falls students in the stands during a tournament game last Friday while she was shooting free throws.
So those sounds continued through the rest of the game. East Central ended up losing that game 58-50.
The player, Asia Prudhomme, she posted a response on Twitter. She said, "This is sad, uncalled for, and heartbreaking. Can't even play basketball without ignorance and racism in the stands. This really broke my heart. My coaches and teammates, please share this out and help us punish those involved."
So Marble Falls ended up canceling their tournament game on Saturday, but no reason was given. There has not been a response by the Marble Falls administration to these accusations of racism as of yet. I do know that our Max Massey, he is doing a follow-up on this story. I texted him maybe about 10 minutes ago, and he said, I'm about to hop on a Zoom with East Central ISD.
Be interesting to hear from Marble Falls, though. Those are the one. I mean, you got in the East Central side of things. I want to hear from Marble Falls and what they're going to do about this situation.
This is not
is there an investigation going on? No, this is not the first time this has happened.
No, I'm saying, didn't we just do this a story similar? What, like 2 months ago?
It was at a college volleyball game.
Okay.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to go, it could not prove that something was being said during this volleyball game, that the person in the stands that was accused of saying something, they investigated and actually found out that they didn't say something. So that's what makes this even more difficult, because you've got people that actually do it and people that don't do it but get accused of doing it. So they're going to have to come out with an investigation. If they kept doing that, apparently they have it on video on I guess it's on Twitter. Instagram was posted, and if it's something that continued throughout the game, so maybe people actually heard it and people actually know who was doing this.
It's infuriating, because sports is a place where people are supposed to come together. Competition is healthy, and it's really sad. So hopefully the districts will get to the bottom of this and come down on the people responsible.
All right, so this really should not come as a surprise to really anybody, especially if you deal with Amazon. You go to stores, you get on the internet, you try to shop. Guess what? It's Christmas, and Amazon now worrying about an increase in online and mobile scams. Really?
I hate to hear that. Amazon says they have already caught some folks doing some phishing, and not the kind of fishing with a pole and a fish. You know what I meant there. Like 20,000 so far, and about 10,000 phone numbers associated with impersonation schemes.
So here's how it works. A scammer will send a fake order confirmation looking like you bought something online or in a store and pretend that you need to urgently contact customer service. That is according to an Amazon VP. Now, he went on to say that they will send you to a link or a phone number so you can contact them, and that's how things get started.
Yeah, so once a person reaches out, they ask for your social security number or credit card number, and they got you. So basically, if you get I've gotten one of these emails before, but it wasn't
They were phishing?
They were phishing, and it wasn't Amazon.
With a pole?
No, with a pole. And it was like, it was like, we have your confirmation for the Great Wolf Lodge or whatever, and I was like, they're like, here's your confirmation number. It's under Sarah, and it had like a weird middle name. And I was like, I didn't make a reservation in Wisconsin or wherever it was. And I was like, no, don't call this place, because this is obviously a scam. But it looks very real, and I see how they send you these confirmations, like, oh, you bought this, and you're like, but here's the thing: you go onto your credit card or your bank statement. Oh, nothing's charged. Okay, this is obviously a scam.
Obviously. So they went fishing and you didn't bite.
Right.
Good
I was
for
the
you.
smart fish.
So here's a couple of things that you might want to consider when you start looking through your emails or start getting into these situations. Do not click on any suspicious links. Do not call or text any phone numbers that you do not recognize.
No.
Do you have that scam thing on your phone? It says scam likely.
I love that. And then as soon as it comes up, I block it. I'm like, got him.
So, and there, I mean, you can go on our website, you can go on a lot of websites and figure out, some things that you want to do before. And like we said today at 9, you do some research before you start popping in and buying all this stuff.
Also, reach out to your grandparents or, the senior citizens in your family that during the holidays, make sure that they aren't falling victims of the scams. They're usually the first ones that fall victims and, vulnerable, give out their credit card numbers.
There's some smart scammers out there.
Well,
Gotta be on top of it.
We got to be smarter.
Gotta be on top of it. All right, in the meantime, a plane carrying 53 rescued dogs from New Orleans to Wisconsin crashed late last week just outside of Milwaukee on a golf course.
But here's the good news.
Yeah.
All 3 people and 53 dogs on that plane, they survived. Though the 3 people and pups, they suffered some minor injuries. Now all of these dogs, these survivors, are up for adoption. This is a Disney movie in the making.
Staff veterinarians sent 21 of the dogs to Humane Animal Welfare Society for further treatment, and the rest to other shelters in that area.
So the Humane Animal Welfare Society says all the dogs will be available for adoption in the coming days as soon as they are ready. Even the deputy fire chief, who was part of the team of first responders to that crash, has already taken home one of the pups and naming her Cece.
Look at the little dog.
No. It's
Hopefully
so-
they'll all find some homes. and
I
they're all
know.
safe.
What a survivor story.
Cute. Speaking of weather that might have caused that, I don't know if it caused it or not,
mean,
but I know it's
yeah,
causing some havoc
snow
out,
on the ground
out
there.
here with us. So there you go. There's some snow. Nobody out playing golf that day, so that was good.
Hope
We're on
not.
the golf course.
No.
So.
No. How do we feel about this weather lately? I mean,
I like it. I mean,
You
it was
like it?
so hot and no rain. It was awful. I probably had seasonal summer depression. I was miserable, and now now that it's doom and gloomy, I'm happy.
doom and gloom. She's happy during doom and gloom.
I am.
I cranked up the fireplace on Saturday.
Okay.
Warmed that baby up. It works.
Are the horses warm?
Oh, yeah, they got a thick coat on. They're fine.
You
They're
don't have to
loving
put
it.
blankets on them? or
No,
anything?
they're out running around in this, rolling in
Okay.
the mud. Caught them rolling around yesterday, just like
They're
were
just
caked
running
in it.
around,
Yeah, they love this
frolicking in
stuff.
the cold.
They're like, hey, no more 90 degrees. Woo-hoo.
You know,
Yeah,
if we could
I'm with the horses. I'm the horses.
if we
Yeah.
could just be somewhere in the middle, you know,
Yeah.
just a little bit of sun. The sun's not coming out for a while.
Oh,
And
okay.
we did get some rain, which is what we needed. So with that in mind, we're going to take a look back at the records for the driest year on record. But to do that, we got to go way back in time. So my question,
David?
our trivia question.
Oh, don't. Do not start with him.
No, these are not David's birth years. These. How long have the daily
coming.
weather records been officially kept in San Antonio? Since 1885, 1897, 1902, or 1970?
I'm going to say A because I know we've made fun of David for the 1885.
Okay.
Or I know it's 1800s.
Okay. What do you think, David?
1917. I don't know.
1917. Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Whoop.
Nailed it.
Whoop.
1885. Here's a little bit of details on that. Records
I
were-
actually wrote in the record book that year.
Did you?
If you wanna
You were
know.
by hand.
You were by hand.
I have no doubt.
I just wrote hot.
Sweaty.
You would be wrong. Records were originally kept at Fort Sam Houston starting in 1885. From 1891 and 1941, if you cared, records were taken at various places downtown. Stinson was home to the observations from 1941 to 1942, and it's been since 1942 we've kept them at the airport. But we have continuous records all the way back to 1885. So with that in mind, we can look at the driest year to date on record. And if you look at November 21st, and I just updated this, we're up to now 10.21 inches of rain. We were in first place. Now 1917 has retaken that. We'll let them have it. 1917, they only had 10.11 inches by this time of
So
year.
what were we like in the summer? Like in August, where were we?
Oh, we were at the top of the list. We've been at the top of the list most of the year.
No, I'm saying what was the inches?
We were, we've never been, it's just now we obviously got above 10 inches. We were back 8 inches, 7, 8 inches.
So this recent rain hasn't been.
It's not a lot, but
Okay.
it does. Every little bit counts, you know. We'll take.
You still have the rest of this month and all next month.
We
so,
do.
You know,
Things-
we might get
things
to
can
13
change.
before it's all over.
But these are all dry
Got it.
years: 1917, 1956, 1909, 1954. A lot of the farmers, if they've been around a while, remember that year. That was in the big drought of the 50s. So let's look at the radar right now. There is still rain coming through. We've got showers passing through Bexar County. There's some pockets of more moderate rain, but nothing that jumps off the page here. So it's just going to be that light kind of drizzly stuff. It's cold, it's damp, it's cloudy. We've been used to that by now. So the KSAT 12-hour forecast, 43 at 1 o'clock, 44 at 2 p.m., 45 at 3 o'clock. Notice rain chances start to taper off as we get into this evening, but it stays chilly. 46 at 6 o'clock, 46 at 7 p.m. We'll likely have a wind chill most of today going into tonight. Winds won't be that strong, but there's enough there to get a little bit of a wind chill. Reason we're getting this rain, a little disturbance rolling through Texas. That's one area we're looking at. Then I'm going to take you up to Alaska. And this is the next system we're going to watch. Still gathering itself up here, still very unorganized. But once it starts to move into the states, this thing starts to dig south. And there's a lot of questions still as to how the Thanksgiving forecast is going to evolve. But here's what we're thinking. So just small chances tomorrow and Wednesday. Still cloudy, still fairly cool, but temperatures do moderate some. 54 Tuesday, 61 on Wednesday. 61 at this point sounds downright warm. 68 Thursday. We're going to put in a 30% chance of showers and storms on Thanksgiving. And then some of the models do want to linger that rain into Friday. That's going to be the big question is, does that rain hang around? Right now, we're going to leave some chances in there. 62, 30% chance Friday. This is subject to change, I might add. So stay tuned. Have the KSAT weather app with you. We'll update the forecast as often as we can. 65 Saturday, 71 Sunday. The weekend it finally clears out, warms up. Thank goodness. I'm ready for some sun. I know Sarah is not,
No.
but I'm ready for the sun to
I'm
pop.
over
What
the
is your
sun.
turkey doing right there?
That's what we call the peekaboo turkey.
Oh, okay.
But he's hidden his head on
Okay.
the little front thing,
the
like
cold
he's
front?
on the chopping block or
He's
something.
well.
Oh,
Oh,
the chicken
yeah.
from Moana.
What was that? Hey.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
I love that
Yeah.
you knew that, Justin, because I know you've probably watched it.
How many times have I watched Moana? You don't even want to know. I got it memorized.
Hey.
And you know me, I don't watch movies more than once, but for the kids.
It's like playing in the background.
For
Have you even
kids.
actually, have you watched the movie, you just hear the movie?
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Frozen, that one. Whew, at least 50 times. Anyway.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Thanks, Justin. Okay, well, we were going to talk about. There we go. Is this ready?
Can I do,
Look,
can I do
there
it now?
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna, I got it.
Pop, pop.
I'm getting it ready.
Okay, get it ready.
There we go.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their big win over the Minnesota Vikings. And I believe that RJ is a big Minnesota Viking fan.
Wait, why?
And I don't know. And I think he was there. So,
Wait,
so
was he
in honor
there?
of RJ, here's RJ right
Oh.
here. Here's RJ right here.
Are those eyebrows? Are those eyes?
Those are his eyes.
Here, I'll help you.
Just a sad face. Well, here's a little tear coming down his eye.
Wait,
a
no, those are his eyebrows.
Oh, those are his eyebrows?
And
Okay.
these are his
All right,
eyes.
okay, well then here's a little tear running down there. But he's got a sad face.
I've got to give him some ears.
It's RJ. Okay, but anyway, so the Cowboys win it. You can finish RJ. 40
Here, switch plates. Switch spots with
3.
me.
That's awesome. So here we go. The two big things were this is Dak Prescott, and this is Dak wearing up, and there goes the ball right there. There's a little football. And this is he's looking this way, but he's reaching back this way. This is Pollard making the catch right here and running into the end zone. And this is the end zone right here. And this is like the little goal post.
Oh,
And
you're
this
running
is
an RJ.
this is touchdown. So there you go.
Oh.
He's smiling. He's smiling. So there you go. So
I
the
put a
Cowboys won
Viking-
43.
I put a Viking hat on RJ.
Why, you're just making RJ.
He's sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
RJ's sad.
I actually watched this game. I really wasn't paying attention. I was doing Christmas decorations. But I did hear Romo say, this is the most points scored for the Cowboys in like 50, 40 years since
Something
on
like
an
that.
away, an away
Something
game.
like that. And
yeah.
and it's like there's something to do with the amount they won by, 40-3, and then the defense did not let the Minnesota Vikings score a touchdown at all. So that's good stuff. And Pollard was the first running back in Cowboys history to have 2 pass catches for touchdowns over 30 yards.
Wow.
Something like that. So
Okay.
there you go. So
The Vikings, they were 8-1,
they
right?
were 8-1.
So for the Cowboys to beat an 8-1 team, or are the Vikings just not playing good
Vikings,
teams? Or we just
that's a good question because the Cowboys lost to Green Bay in Lambeau.
yes.
Right there at the end of that game. And so you figure they're all depressed, upset, can't handle it. Boy, they came back with a vengeance against the Vikings. And the Vikings were 8-1, leading their division. So,
Love to see that,
so there you
Cowboys.
go. So, all right. So there's your final, 40-3. Bam. And the Cowboys are now 7-3.
It was
Vikings are 8-2.
honestly, RJ, I hope you're listening. This was a very boring game,
He's on a
especially
plane coming back, probably flying.
especially if you were I was bored watching the game at home.
No.
It's got to be a boring game to be there in the stands, right?
They scored 40 points. How can you be bored? Are you kidding me? It's the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 22 of 25.
No, I'm saying if you're a Vikings
Mystery
fan,
Pat.
if you're a
Vikings
Vikings
fan.
fan, it's got to be
They're upset today,
yeah, it's boring and
So we'll have to see how he's recovered tomorrow when he gets back.
sorry, RJ.
All right. Sorry, RJ. All right. So we got
All right.
Spurs. Oh, Spurs have lost 5 in a row, so we don't want to talk about Spurs.
No, we don't.
Nah,
We'll
that's-
see you tomorrow
that's-
at 11 a.m. Stay dry and warm.